helpful tips getting you through college for 2018. Some things that will help you get through different situations, questions that might be running through your head for school, financially, questions you might have about your different classes that you're going to take, what your major is going to be. Just going to kind of go over some of that with you. The whole state of Indiana, there are quite a few of the colleges, and these are to help those of you that are wanting to go to IvyTech. Some questions I can answer for you that will help you out. You might be brand new. Maybe you've never been to college before at all. And you just don't understand any of it. You don't understand the financial side of it. Or you don't understand, what you should pick. Maybe you're just not sure where to start. Understanding how the semesters work. Understanding how all that stuff. Okay? Here's what's going to happen. Any of you that are into the college thing, and if you got questions, I want to be able to help you. So hopefully, as I go through a couple things here, it will help you better understand what to do with, financially and all that. Okay, we're going to be talking about subsidized and unsubsidized loans, and we're also going to be talking about the Pell Grant, and then we're also going to talk about those of you maybe you've been to college and you can't get no loans and you're not sure what to do. Okay, there are options for all of you. Let's start with those of you that might be thinking that, well, I can't get no loans, my credit's shot, I done took out the 150% of the loans that I can even get to go to college. Well, here's the thing. If you still want, maybe you had a rough time or whatever, and you're really wanting to go back and make it right, there is a program where you can pay $30 down to get the process started, and then you make monthly payments. There's no credit check, nothing. Now, I think you still will have to buy your books. And if that's the case, listen, don't get them brand new, rent them. Or buy them used. There's different things that you can do that might help you with that. Some of the stuff's not that expensive, but it can be. It definitely can be expensive. I know, like for nursing and stuff, there's other stuff you got to do. You've got to get the outfits and all that. So that all that stuff can add up. So talk to friends and family for that part. Don't let it steer you away thinking, well, how am I going to do it? Because I'm going to tell you something. They will do what they can to help you. Talk to someone, talk to an advisor, talk to, a mentor. Figure things out. If you want to make it right, get your butt back in there and make it right. I don't know if you guys remember, but I shared a story about a lady, 94 years old, graduated college. 94 years old. So what's that tell you? What does that tell you? You know what it tells me? That if a 94-year-old woman can do it, no harm, no, I'm not saying nothing bad here, but if a woman at the age of 94 can graduate or go back to college, don't you dare tell me that you can't. Because not one excuse of yours will go beyond that. You know what I mean? So, just do it. You can do it. Alright? So, talk to the school. Go in and make an appointment with an advisor. Start there. Alright? With pre-registration. Alright? Okay, moving on. Number 2. The Pell Grant. If you are a first-time college student, you're going to be going and you're going to have to complete the FAFSA form. Okay, and that's the form through the government, through the IRS or whatever, so they can determine what you will qualify with the Pell Grant. Sometimes you'll get the full Pell Grant. Other times you might get, 70%, 50%, maybe 30%. That depends on your income. If you're not working, and if no one else's income will count against yours, like if you're not under 18 and you have no other income and you're not married, more than likely, now don't call me a liar for some reason that you don't get the full Pell Grant, but more than likely you'll get the full Pell Grant, which is around $4,000 or $5,000. Like right now, I still have a Pell Grant coming for the spring semester for a little over $4,000. Okay, and I've done used part of that, part of my Pell Grant, and I still got a little over $4,000. It's going to well pay for spring for me, because for spring it's going to cost me $1,735 or $65, $1,765.35. Okay? So my Pell Grant is going to pick that up. Alright? And cover it. That's the beauty. So make sure you fill out the FAFSA. Make sure. If you don't know what it is and you need help, leave a comment. I will help you. If you don't know how to do it, I will help you. Better yet, you can even go whichever one you might be going to. You can go and they can help you fill out that FAFSA application. You can do it right there on campus, whichever one you might go to, right? So, make sure you do it. Because, it helps you out so much. Because the nice thing is, if you're not working like me, I'm not working right now, right? So I've got my FAFSA and all that done. I did it for the fall, and I'm covered for fall and spring, plus summer, which summer will be break for me because I won't be going to the summer class, which you're allowed to do that. But anyways, because I got that, it's helping me out. And the nice thing is, I have refunds coming even from the Pell Grant. Now, what they do is this. Number 3. When you set up your FAFSA and all that, and you get your Pell Grant, and they cover your tuition and all that, and let's say you got, $1,200 left. Now what they're going to do is they're going to take the $1,200 and they're going to move it over to the bookstore for you. Okay? Now what you do is you take that money, it's in the bookstore, get your books. Now, your books might only end up costing you a couple $100. Like mine for the first semester just cost me a little over $100. Okay, but I had a pretty simple semester. I only had 2 prerequisite classes, and then I had a class that's required for anybody that starts college. So 3 classes, a little over $100, and then what happened was whatever was left, they put into my account, which we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. All right. Now I'm going to tell you the bookstore has a lot of stuff, but make sure you get your books first. Don't go on a shopping spree, getting all this other stuff, getting hyped up about college, getting the new book bag and all this stuff before getting your books. Let me tell you the order. Okay? Bookstore order is this. And let's say you don't have a laptop neither. Alright? Now that's what we're going to be talking to you about that, how you can get that paid for to get you a new computer. Alright, so number 1 on the bookstore, get your books. Number 2, get your computer. Number 3, think of the other things you might need. Do you need a backpack? You're going to need, get you some folders, get you some pens, get you, stapler, paper clips, simple stuff that you might need. It's just as easy, I just went ahead and just ordered through that because then it got shipped right to me. Which you can pick up too. You can either have it delivered to you or you can pick it up at whichever school you go to, right? So that's up to you. Now, let's talk about the laptops here for a second. Okay, I want to be able to help you out on this, and I've also got a podcast that I did by itself talking about the laptop and how you can get it and all this good stuff, right? Pretty awesome stuff. Okay, so after your bookstore is done, you got your books, so let's say you've got $900 left, right? And you need a laptop. Well, there's 2 things you can do. You can wait until they release your refunds back to you and go out and buy you a laptop somewhere else, which to get your funds refunded back to you all the way that you didn't use can take another month or so. So sometimes it's not a good idea if you want to have your computer in class, right? So go to the business center, get them to sign the paper for you, because they'll look and see, make sure you've not bought a computer before. You can get 1 laptop every 2 years, and you can do that twice. And you can use the money in your bookstore to pay for your laptop. Like me, I've got a brand new HP, which I like. It's white. It's a nice laptop. Not any problems with it. I could have got that or a Dell. I picked the HP. So, again, it's preference. If you want to, wait till you get your money and get a laptop and you can deal with not having one, then that's fine. But for me, being visually impaired, I needed JAWS. I needed, my computer to take notes. which also got me an audio note taker as well, just to record, the lectures and stuff in class. So that helped me out as well. There, the first couple days when I didn't have, everything all, laid out in my head, how I was going to take notes and all that. So it helped out. So make sure you do that. Let's see. So we covered we covered that. Covered that. All right. So let's talk about the loans that you can get. Loans that they don't go by your credit to give you these loans neither. Your chances of getting a loan is like 99.9%. Okay, but make sure how much you take out. Make sure you're going to be prepared to pay it back when you graduate. In order to get a loan, you have to apply for the unsub. It's either you got to apply for the unsub or you got to apply for the subsidential loan. One or the other, vice versa. You got to apply for one to get the other. Okay, you got to apply for the unsubsidential loan to get the sub. Okay, but then when you do that, you don't have to take both loans. Now, what they do is they will let you know how much they're willing to give you. You can put in how much you're wanting, but don't go crazy with it, thinking you're going to get thousands and thousands of dollars. Don't go in there putting like $10,000 because you're not going to get 10 grand. Okay, because you got to remember you can borrow more than once. Matter of fact, you can get loans each semester you go through. Okay? So, think about that. All right? It's good to have, especially if you're not working, to have them loans. Like I had to take some out. Now, you need to remember this. They break the loans up in half. So they'll take the loan, cut it right down the middle into two. So if you got a loan that was for, say, $3,500, they're going to give you half of that your first semester and the other half your second semester. Okay? And once you went through, say, fall, spring, whether you went to summer or you didn't, you got through that. So fall, spring, summer. Then you are back to point A where you can request more loans. Okay? But me, I can tell you, I wouldn't recommend just getting out the loans every single time if you really don't need them. Some of my loans I got to pay back, which I believe if I'm close to $4,000, I believe. Nice thing is though, anytime you got money, you can go in and pay money on it. And even when you pay money on it, they don't say, okay, you made a payment, we're going to start making you pay now. No, you can just go in and put money down on it. It doesn't matter. So, and I'll tell you something, it's a good way, guys, listen to me. That is a good way to build your credit back up. It is really, honestly, a good way to build your credit back up. And I guarantee you that it will. I've got a podcast I'm doing on that all by itself because I know it works. Alright? Okay, so be careful. If you need loans, that's understandable. If you're not going to work and you're going through college, you're going to get them loans and kind of try to split it up to get you through each week, that's fine. But just be prepared that you got to pay that back. Once you graduate college, you've got 6 months. Then you got to start paying back. And they will get their money back. So if you don't give it to them, they will deduct it out of your paycheck wherever you're working. And if you don't work, it's going to be held over top of you the rest of your life. And when you do work, it's going to still catch you. So, do it smart, be careful, do it safe, and, things are good. Don't let loans scare you because they're there to help you. They really are. Those loans are there, but you also got to understand just because they're there doesn't mean drain out your all your loan leniency. And now I can't explain this that good, but I will get something put together to better explain it. But you have 150%. You can borrow up to 150% of your entire time there at college. 150% worth of your entire time there at college. And it's confusing. You need to just go and read up on that, okay? But listen, you want to go back to college, go. Even if you messed up. Okay? Everybody deserves a second chance. I believe in you, and I believe you can do it. I hope that this little podcast helped answer some questions about going back to college for 2018 and understanding the, loans and all that stuff. So be sure to like, share, subscribe. I got some other podcasts we're going to be working on. The one about building your credit, and then the other one about the computers I'm going to do by itself. So they won't be real long podcasts, but I like to separate them. So shout out to Kimberly. Shout out to Jen. And everybody else out there. I love you guys very much. You are the heart and soul of this channel. And I'll talk to you soon.